It's 11:40 right now. It's 11:40 p.m. I should be sleeping. I decided I'm gonna make another video because I owe it to you. Today we're gonna be discussing who Tom Aspinall should fight. We obviously got some updates on the Tom Aspinall versus John Jones situation. I probably made so many videos about Tom Aspinall versus John Jones at this point, but it's just a fight I really want to see. But even if we don't see the fight, or at least right now we don't see the fight, I prefer Tom Aspinall to fight, but I don't know who is he gonna fight. And if we're gonna discuss this, I think what's gonna happen. So right now, probably by the time I'm recording this video, he's probably already had that meeting with the UFC matchmakers. He's probably gonna provide an update on who he's gonna fight. But let's just say if John Jones doesn't agree to fight on International Fight Week, and Tom Aspinall still wants to fight in International Fight Week, well, we have to give him an opponent. And I'm thinking that if John Jones doesn't want to fight and Tom Aspinall does, they're going to strip John Jones of the belt and make Tom Aspinall the undisputed champ. And they're going to have him defend against another heavyweight contender. And I think that if John Jones does agree to come back in a time he wants, he will get the title shot automatically. And I think this is completely fine. If John Jones agrees to fight Tom Aspinall, it should be as a contender and Tom Aspinall as a champion. Because, let's be real, if John Jones isn't willing to fight him now in the summer, and he's willing to just wait and wait, I say strip him of the belt, give Tom Aspinall the undisputed belt, have only one champion, make John Jones the number one contender, and then while Tom Aspinall defends against maybe Almeida or Gane in International Fight Week, maybe John Jones can then fight Tom Aspinall later in maybe November at MSG. And I think they'll still get that John Jones fight. And Tom Aspinall gets to be active, and there gets to be only one champ in a division, and it removes all confusion. I think that's the best case scenario. So, who should he fight? I mean, there's definitely not a lot of options, to be honest. He's beat Volkov, Pavlovich, Blades, Spivak, Tybura, and that's honestly most of the top 10 at this point. There's only two contenders left. Cyril Gane and Jailton Almeida. I'm leaning towards Cyril Gane. The reason why I'm saying this is because Cyril Gane, yes, I'd say Cyril Gane just because he is the number 2 contender, and I felt like that fight would be a lot more competitive than the one with Almeida. The reason why I don't say Almeida is because Almeida lost to Blades. And I think, he had an impressive win against Spivak, and I thought that was a good win as well. But I think Almeida should fight someone in the top 5, and I honestly think the best fight to make is Volkov versus Almeida. I mean, it makes sense. For Pavlovich, I don't know what he should do, to be honest. Maybe fight another up-and-coming contender. Maybe the winner of Spivak versus Gaziev. I think that could be a good one. And I think Blades should fight Volkov. I mean, not Blades. Almeida should fight Volkov, and I think Gane should get the title shot. Gane, yes, he did have somewhat of a controversial win against Volkov. But apart from that, he had a win against Spivak, and he's going off a two fight winning streak, and he's also the number 2 contender, and he's only lost to John Jones in Ngannou. I think they're probably going to make this fight just because Gane does have more of marketability. He has all the France behind him. He's very popular in France. He's a very big European guy, and I think, having an England versus France type of fight between Aspinall and Gane would actually be a good one. I think it would sell a lot of pay-per-views, and I think it's a good fight. A lot of people, they're going to shit on me for this, saying like, oh, Gane doesn't deserve it, Almeida. I think Gane is a tougher matchup for Aspinall just because I think Gane I think Gane won't be able to defend the takedowns. He probably won't go into the ground game, but I think it would be a fun fight. And I think Aspinall beats Almeida a lot easier than he beats Gane. Just because I just think Almeida's wrestling isn't really all that. He has good submissions, and he's a good finisher, but I think Tom Aspinall is just way too fast for Almeida, and I think Almeida still needs to do more. You know, he's coming off a 2-fight win streak, but apart from he fought what was it? He fought Romanov, who's now cut, and then he fought Spivak. I think he should get a top 5 opponent, and if he does really well against someone like Volkov, maybe even Pavlovich, I wouldn't mind seeing a Pavlovich fight with Almeida, but it should be someone in the top 5. If not, and if John Jones does agree to fight in International Fight Week, I think Gane should fight Almeida. I think Gane should fight Almeida. I think that's settled. But this is if John Jones doesn't accept the fight and Tom Aspinall is undisputed champ. If that's the case, I'm thinking the UFC, and I'm also kind of leaning towards Cyril Gane. I think there's a lot more marketability with this. The UFC will obviously try to make the fights that matter, but they also want to make good selling fights. We want to make good entertaining fights. I feel like an Aspinall versus Gane fight, it depends. Will Gane even fight Aspinall? He's saying he wants to fight him now, but he could have fought him at 304, but he didn't. And I think Aspinall and Gane have this rivalry. They have this beef, Aspinall is saying Gane's ducking. Gane wants to fight Aspinall. Gane's fought John Jones. Aspinall wants to fight John Jones. Gane's been around for a while, and he's fought against, two heavyweight champions. Honestly, I thought I wouldn't say he arguably won against Francis Ngannou, but he was giving him a lot of trouble. Gane literally forced Ngannou to be a wrestler. That's how bad he was beating him on the feet. And even then, John Jones didn't even try to strike with Gane either. He went straight for the takedown. I think it's going to be the same thing with Aspinall. I think Aspinall, I wouldn't say he's going to struggle on the feet. I think he's just going to go to the ground. He's going to try to take him down. And I don't blame him. I mean, it's the easiest way to defeat Gane, just take him to the ground. That's what Volkov did. And I thought he arguably won that fight. I honestly would have loved to see a Volkov rematch, but, Volkov lost. I don't think they're going to give him a title shot. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but I don't think they're going to give him a title shot. And I don't think they're going to give Almeida a title shot either. I think we have Almeida fighting a top 5 opponent. It may be. I really wish it wouldn't be Volkov, but I think they might match him up with Volkov. I think Almeida might fight Volkov because Volkov doesn't have a fight. Almeida doesn't have a fight. They're both two guys who are, I guess I want to say title worthy, but they're close to a title shot. I feel like a win, if Volkov gets a win over Almeida, I think he can definitely get a title shot. But if Almeida gets a win over Volkov, I think he will get a title shot. But I think Gane is definitely, I want to say Gane is proven because, that win over Volkov was a bit, I want to say it was very controversial. But he had a very good knockout against Spivak, pretty much destroyed him on the feet. And he doesn't fight that often, which sucks, but I think him versus Aspinall would be the fight to make. If Aspinall gets upgraded to Undisputed Championship and he defends the belt and John Jones doesn't want to fight in International Fight Week, Aspinall versus Gane. I'm calling it right now. This could happen. Anyways, that'll be all for this video. I really don't have anything else to talk about. It's literally 12 a.m. I'm tired as fuck. I'm trying to go to sleep. Anyways, bye-bye.